MrBeast has been on quite the spotlight for a couple of weeks now after one of his former employees, DOGPACK404, exposed him in a 53-minute video, "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fraud," which he posted on his YouTube channel 2 weeks ago, in which he claimed that MrBeast fakes his videos, sold fake signatures to fans, and is also involved in illegal lotteries. This video has garnered 12 million views and is still counting, with a lot of reactions and comments on the situation all pointing to one fact: MrBeast is cooked. But these reactions and comments and the whole buzz this has caused on the internet didn't seem to have left this former employee satisfied, so what does he do next? He decides to post another video to add a minute-long video. This guy sure loves him some long content. He titled, "I worked for MrBeast, he's a sociopath." He brings on another former employee to share his experiences and expose some more secrets about Jimmy. This video, posted 1 day ago, has also begun to cause its own stares on the internet and social media, leaving people wondering, what's next for MrBeast? Does he answer for his crimes or come out to defend himself? The former employee by the name of Jake Weddle claims he's been one of MrBeast's oldest workers. You know, starting out when they still made authentic content until things became weird and more money started coming in, then the fake contents. One he notably recalled was one involving him as well, where he did a fake reaction to his car being crushed by a meteor, even getting his mom involved to also give like a fake reaction when he called her to say his car was destroyed by a meteor.
I was a writer there, and we were working on a video, crushing my friend's car with a rock or meteor or something. It was a rock or a meteor in the title of it. I can't remember, but now I'm texting my mom. I go, "Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised." And then I hit send. "Mom, my car has been destroyed."
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
Jacob, I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
Yeah, she was in on it, and this was all faked. And Jake was all fine with it until it would cost him something. His own part in the MrBeast videos. Apparently, the editors told him that he was purposely being removed from a lot of videos because of his personality. He just had too much personality, and I guess that was like a threat to Jimmy being the star of the show and not wanting anyone to take his spotlight, which could have happened because in the niche which they operate, personality is everything. And because a large percentage of the MrBeast's audience are kids and teenagers, there's always that chance that Jake would grow on them, so before any of that could happen, they just had to take him out. Also, this was around the time when Jake was beginning to contemplate his stay at the company, if it was still all really worth it, you know, with everything they were turning into, veering off the foundation on which they began the channel, authenticity and fun. And it seems Jimmy was aware of this, hence the limitation on his appearance in videos, so that fans wouldn't notice or miss his presence when he eventually left. It's such a cold world out here, they'd rather just kick a friend out rather than changing or making adjustments to their operations. I can't even begin to imagine how much time and effort Jake must have contributed to the company's growth. That's why he's out here now, cooking them left, right, and center. Even with the next shocking reveal, which is also within the same lines of what you must have heard about MrBeast's employees being P-words and weirdos, surprisingly, this time around there's a sex offender in the mix. Why does MrBeast have so many of these types around him? The entire company needs a total cleansing from top to bottom. Anyway, according to Jake, there was a registered sex offender on MrBeast's videos who Jimmy must have actually known about. He can't deny he doesn't know, because they always kept this guy in masks whenever he made an appearance.
He'll be in videos. He'll be in thumbnails. He'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to... Is it more on the nose? Or... I don't know why they let him go, because
it's pretty logical, keeping him in a mask so no one recognizes him. There's no way you'd be in a MrBeast video where you have the most potential to go viral and reach such a vast audience, then you decide to put on a mask, unless you had something to hide. This may be about the shittiest situation MrBeast has gotten himself into. According to Jake in the video with DOGPACK, he says, "From what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people. And they knew that. He's working at the channel that has underage people on and around, and is just targeted to underage people." You know, this is really disturbing because just as with Chris Tyson, who was accused of grooming a minor, there's a very big chance that such must have also taken place when this guy was around. For a lot of MrBeast videos, there's minors on and about also participating, so who's to say he hasn't misused one of such opportunities to commit something criminal along those lines? I mean, and I say this with no offense to any community or people, if Ava Tyson could easily groom a minor in their company, someone as bulgy looking as this guy would have had it easier, especially being a manager. According to Jake, in his own words on the interview with DOGPACK, he says, "When I was there, they called him Delaware. I was like, why do you call him Delaware? Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back in Delaware. That's his nickname?" Yes, guys, that's the type of person Jimmy had around and made videos with, featured in thumbnails and made a manager in his company. I don't know if it's just bad luck in choosing associates and workers, but Jimmy sure does have bad taste in people. Is it that there are no background checks being done on these people before they are allowed to join? Or does Jimmy actually know and just doesn't care, as long as the end goal is met? More views, more likes, and more subscribers. Is this just how desperate he is to become the best YouTuber that he'd go to any length to make sure he achieves this? Even the said Delaware's brother-in-law and Ava Tyson already confirms the genuity with their tweets, suggesting the same guy whom MrBeast called Delaware is Jefferson Charles Robert, the sex offender who's not allowed back in Delaware. For so many things to be linked up like this, it's pretty clear everyone involved was aware, whether be it Jimmy, Ava Tyson, Jake the Viking, everyone. They knew and still had ties with him and featured him in videos. Just like this one titled, "I spent 24 hours straight in an insane asylum," where Jimmy refers to the masked man as Delaware.
He's after my hungry. Don't touch Stella's crackers. Don't touch Stella's crackers.
Even on this one, where MrBeast made a video, destroyed Friend's house and bought him a new one, in which both Jake the Viking and Jefferson Charles, or as we all know him to be now, Delaware, are standing together, and they are all in one room. The video titled "Destroyed Friend's House" pretty much sums it up, like there's nothing else to say, but this guy is a registered sex offender on Jimmy's team. He knew it and still allowed him on the team, made videos that suggested they were friends, simple and clear.
We got clearance from her brother and her husband, so we should be good. We're going to destroy everything in this house and then replace it with new, better, more expensive things. Basically give her a home makeover.
Yeah.
Oh my and surprise her. Like what? Your wife's in Connecticut. This is actually perfect. What if we literally trashed everything again and then we replaced the house?
So should everyone have listened to Jack when he said this about MrBeast?
Do you like MrBeast? No.
Jack. Oh! Do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
Oh! Now, in all honesty, Jack, why?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts?
If he
building wells in Africa? I don't know.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to get me with that one, didn't you?
Now, but what's to do next? YouTube is literally covering up for MrBeast as we speak, and even Jimmy isn't willing to address the issue, but is rather deleting comments on videos and sending out cease and desist letters to those seeking for an answer into what's going on. Although there's been an email leak stating the company is effectively reforming and making some changes to their team and operations, this coming out now that there's a part 2 to DOGPACK's revelation just seems a bit too convenient and can be categorized as just a ploy to save the company's face. Like, how does an email just get leaked, right? Maybe his hands are tied, I don't know, but the internet got some jokes out already. Just having fun with the whole situation, really.
But you can't do this to me. I started this company. You know how much I sacrificed?
With just how crazy it's all been over the past couple of weeks, we can only hope that there's a light or a glimmer of hope at the tunnel. And as a closing speech to what we've discussed so far, there's been a post by Jimmy's ex-girlfriend on Instagram conveying her thoughts and feelings and experience.